El bosque tropical tiene una gran diversidad de víboras, arañas y insectos. Y algunos son bastante venenosos. Y también está la chunga. Sus espinas pueden crecer hasta 20 centímetros de largo.
All this would get me. I'd be like, all right, okay, well, you made a strong argument. I'll go back. If you are watching this on YouTube, you're going to be seeing a cut-up version. If you want to check out a longer extended cut, basically full cut, please feel free to check out my Patreon. The link is in the bio and in the description. I would love to have you there. Yeah. Hello y'all and welcome back to the channel. I'm Yassi. I'm ready to yap and we're about to get into Pluribus episode 7. Yeah, quick recap. I guess we went over like the stuff last time very briefly, just kind of skipped right over the cannibalism. We got more insight into Mr. I forget how Diabate or something. I don't know his name. But dude, I still don't like him. It is what it is. And then yeah, just kind of really like leaning into Carol's like absolutely being rejected from everyone, but dude from Paraguay has finally seen her video, and yeah, he's doing something. He's left the home and he is in his car. That's where we left off. He was in his car driving down the street. So who knows what he's trying to do with that. We'll see. Episode 7, The Gap. This episode is just gonna be about me and my mom when I was 7 and at the mall. It was a bad joke. It is what it is. Okay, this is Carol in our nice little 12 car. Do the gas stations still work is the question. I'm guessing Carol feels that they do, or at least she just wants to stop and get something. They are really gonna play this whole thing every time. And also, do they just make sure that they keep every phone still on? Like, they're doing that? Fam, I would be thinking of everything I need to say, because I'm not trying to sit there and listen to this every time. I think she maybe feels more comfortable now knowing that they can't forcibly change her, so she doesn't have, like, a timeline anymore.
I want a Gatorade. The red one.
Okay. Carol is prepping the bombs. Maybe they're gonna take this as like a sense of like change in her demeanor, because she's less scared, and so they're gonna be like, oh, she's warmed up to us. Carol, they're also forcing us to listen to the whole thing, so be considerate. Carol's not considerate.
I didn't say tepid. I didn't say lukewarm. I didn't even just say cold. I said ice cold. Do better next time.
I think here they might be trying to lean into that Karen narrative of like, yeah, of just like very, I'm irritated. I don't know if I've really gone into that. I think maybe. I mean, I've said like, you know, like, is it supposed to be like white people audacity and stuff like that? But like, yeah, like, I mean, that is something that I have thought since the beginning of this show, is like that maybe the whole Karen energy is like that. It is like somewhat of a play on that. My feelings on the Karen terminology is that it has been co-opted by people that it is not for, and so yeah, it has gotten to the point where white men feel that they can use the term Karen against white women, which is stupid, because the whole point of the term Karen was created by the black community to talk about how like white women would weaponize whiteness, and specifically white power, their proximity to power, which is white men, against people of color. Like, they would weaponize the fact that they have more access to it, and that people are going to care about their feelings and their, you know, them over people of color, and so they would weaponize it. And so it is just whack when like white men try to feel that they can that they have any place to be using the term or speaking about it as if they are not the literal threat that Karens are wielding against people of color. So anyway, that's just my little rant, because yeah, when I bring up, like, I don't know, I'm cautious about the term now. I don't really trust people when having conversations using the term Karen, that people are on the same page about that part of it. I feel as though sometimes it can lean into areas that just are whack, and like losing sight of what Karen, the term, was about. Anyway, this is just me explaining all that. But she is giving like the annoying aspect that is like weaponizing stuff. Okay, so maybe not all of them are meant for bombs. Who knows if any of them are? I'm just saying that was my thought. But some, it just looks like maybe she's just really going for, she wants fireworks. You might call them to you, Carol. They might be called to you, which is, like I've said, I would be trying to interact more with the animals. I don't know how animals are in this, but I think she's just finding a sense of freedom that she never really had, because we don't have that generally as people. We can't just go out and howl, because you'll look a little bit strange most of the time. Or even if we can, people just don't. I did also, like, last episode, see that on the tagline for it, or log line for it, is, oh my god, it's a bunny, is like the worst person in the world, or like the most miserable person in the world has to save the world from happiness or something like that, which is crazy. This bunny is adorable. Not the just married one. Okay, a whole rifle. Get the balloons out, but I feel like that's part of the... Yeah, I feel like that's supposed to be part of this, like, production design. So she does just have a lot of stress taken off of her shoulders. And this is what happens. Okay, she's skinny dipped in this pool. So now she's gonna try and just, like, take the full advantage of all of that is being offered.
I want to dine out tonight. Someplace special.
Okay, Carol out here in her finest. I wonder what she ever wore this to. Maybe her anniversary. But it feels like a very
Martha's Vineyard 1999.
very extravagant dress. This is sad. I wonder if it was they're all like just, it just happens to be stuff that she had with Helen because she's just been with Helen for so long, or if she wanted it because it like is nostalgic. It's a self-playing piano. Interesting. These are so interesting. I will survive as a choice. Symbolic. This is our guy, I think. I need to remember his first name, because I'd rather call him that. Where is this man trying to get to?
Ray. Descartes.
Oh, he's trying to learn English. It's more than Carol's trying to do. I mean, she knew a little bit of Spanish, I guess. Manousos.
Cuídate. Y cualquier cosa que necesites, solo mándanos un saludo hacia el cielo.
Wave to the sky is crazy. But I mean, I don't know. I would feel like simultaneously like slightly protected, I guess. Like I'm not gonna fully just die probably, but also just watched, surveilled, and trapped. I know watch and surveilled are synonyms, but still.
The yellow dog chases the gray cat.
Chases is just a randomly very clear American accent. was just randomly like,
chases.
because he just hasn't been out, but now he's experiencing the same thing we experienced with Carol, we're experiencing with him. So is by the time he gets to her, is her energy around this going to have shifted? I don't think she'll just be fully like, I'm down with everything's cool and I've changed my mind. But she's obviously different now than she was when it was first happening, because at first she was like, I don't want to deal with y'all, I don't want to do anything, I don't even want y'all talking to me. Now they're not talking to her, but she is dealing with them more. She's asking them for things and like indulging in them, like, you know, being at her beck and call. I'm a little confused on the geography of this. I'm not gonna lie, geography is not my strong point. Is it possible to drive from this place to Carol? Is it possible to be allergic to water? Okay. Is it possible to clone a human? What are people searching up? Okay, these are crazy, these searches. But that's what it is. Okay, is it possible to drive from Paraguay to New Mexico? Says you can drive the vast majority of the distance, but you have to stop and go by plane or boat around the, I don't know how you say it, Darien Gap. Okay, I don't know what his plan is. Aw, I just realized that he's leaving money for people. That's different. That there are marked differences between everyone. By everyone, I really mean Carol and him right now. Because Carol's just kind of like, it is what it is. Like, they both have the same, like, disdain for this, but he kind of stands on business a little bit more about it. Rainwater, good. I wonder if he is, like, eating food from gas stations and stuff because he still trusts that because it's not from them. Like, yeah, he does stand on business a lot more of, like, I'm really not going to engage with any of this. Whereas Carol was like, I'll engage with it, but I just don't like it. Like, you know, I'm not a fan of what y'all are doing, but I'll still, like, take the plane with y'all and stuff like that. So yeah, is he just eating, like, fresh, like, you know, fish and stuff like that he's catching? Or is he also like, I'm willing to stop at a gas station, pick up some, like, you know, gas station snacks or something? I know they don't really have them. They kind of took everything. So maybe not. So is this the part where they're saying, like, it's through, like, jungle that isn't marked? And so he has to just go on, like, unmarked jungle territory? This can get dangerous, bro. You're also giving up on your, not giving up, but you're letting go of your, like, oh my goodness, that's frightening.
Manousos, el Darien es demasiado peligroso.
So he is trying to go.
Son más. El bosque tropical tiene una gran diversidad de víboras, arañas y insectos. Y algunos son bastante venenosos. Y también está la chunga. Sus espinas pueden crecer hasta 20 centímetros de largo.
All this would get me. I'd be like, all right, okay, well, you made a strong argument. I'll go back.
¿No es ahí donde quieres ir a visitar a Carol Sturka? Te podríamos tener ahí al anochecer. Hasta podemos transportar tu carro.
Is he planning to just, like, burn the car or something? Oh, maybe that was just his way of being like, oh no, so he is kind of trying to burn it. But I don't know if that's his way of saying, like,
Nada.
I'm giving up, I'm not, I won't go back.
Es de ustedes. Nada. No pueden darme nada. Porque todo lo que ustedes tienen es robado.
It's an interesting argument. Like, because I do agree on, like, just the basic of, like, you didn't ask anybody, just kind of, like, went around everybody's consent. But yeah, the concept of owning something in general, I don't know. It's a paradox of, like, can you steal something if nothing is owned, and then should we own something?
I wish
I'm
to say
scared.
a word.
Please don't get bitten by a snake, please. Why didn't he at least like try
I
and,
wish to say a
you know,
word.
leave some money and take somebody's extra clothes or something?
Yes, Manousos.
I really hope he gets to her. At any point, this man could just die. I'm scared a snake about to jump out at Manousos every minute. Yeah, don't like twist your ankle because it just won't be good. It's not gonna be a vibe. But it is interesting that they had to make it like a situation that's like it's possible to go. Because what if the only person who like agreed with Carol was like in India? It would be like, okay, well, you gotta take the plane. It's interesting that he was willing to take the video though, because you would think if he's willing to take the video, then he would be willing to make a response video and send it to her, or at least a response letter or something, because it's communication through them. That's frightening. Oh my god. Yeah, I saw that happening. Oh no, Manousos! Let them take you in a plane or something. Let them help you, or else you're gonna die, bro. You're gonna die. Let them help you. It's not a good situation. Let them help you. Wave up to the sky. Wave up to the sky, bro. Because when he gets to Carol, it's like he has to... Ugh. Hopefully she will, like... I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just feel like at some point, you know, the hospital's got the stuff there. That shouldn't cost anything anyway. Just go to the hospitals and take stuff. And I definitely do think there is a big difference between like, obviously ignoring people's autonomy isn't great no matter what, but there is a difference between ignoring their autonomy to have them cook you a meal or save your life via medical assistance than for, sexual purposes. I hope because these afflicted folks just don't care about consent, I'm like, then can't you just like lift someone into the air and stuff if they fall like this? Not Manousos. I'm sad. I really hope he doesn't die. No. I hope they get him. I hope they just lift him via like airplane. Yeah, I hope that's them. Yeah. Because that's one thing they can do. They've been just like pushing a bunch of communication onto everybody. Why couldn't they just like be like, hey Carol, this dude's trying to do this. Can you come to him instead? Or like, can you do something? Because he's trying to do this really intense, dangerous ass journey. Yeah, and this is kind of what I was talking about in the comments a little bit of like how the individualistic mindset is kind of more like leaning into because it like if I find a way that this doesn't affect me, then I won't try anymore. And that's kind of what Carol is giving right now, like, oh, I only wanted to save the world because I was going to be a part of the world that needed to be saved. And so I was trying to fix it before that happened. But now that there is no worry of her being turned, she's just like, oh, okay. Well, sucks for y'all then, but it is what it is. It doesn't seem like she's doing putting nearly as much energy into trying to find an answer to this. Like, I get that she might just also feel helpless because she had no solidarity with anyone. Like, no one was having solidarity with her and vice versa. Why this, Carol? Poor Manousos. I'm still thinking about it. That's terrible. That's dangerous. Carol, what's going on here? Damn. Is Carol cursed? Carol can't die. Yeah, when your house has already been hit by a grenade, I guess nothing will surprise you. Wonder what this is about. Why? We're gonna get an aerial view? No, they're just keeping us in the dark for now. It's Sasha. Aww. This isn't sweet though, it's just sad. It's sad that you've just starved someone of connection for so long. I get that it's like she's not necessarily entitled to their connection, but they're the people, like the virus is what has stripped her of everyone she could have loved, everyone she did love and had the possibility of loving, and just humanity. So it is kind of their fault. She kind of is owed like that, because everyone is. So it's sad that you've just stripped someone down to this, and even like the most miserable person still needs connection. Aw, did she say come back? Oh, that's sad. Oh, she was so... that's sad. Oh. So that was an interesting episode of just like, yeah, the differences between Manousos and Carol, of just like, yeah, like I've said already, like he does seem to just like be more, he's standing on it, like, whereas Carol, it is a bit more performative. It is a bit more like, I don't like this, but like still gonna do it, but it's more her self-centered of like, yeah, it's more like, it's more her-centered of just like, I don't want this because me personally, I'm an independent person, I like this type of stuff, whereas he is like you. His is more of like yeah, community-centered ideology of like, you've taken this from everyone and I don't like that, and so like when I go, like I won't take anything from anyone, even though technically like we could just say they're all gone and everything, I still don't feel entitled to people's things and stuff. I don't feel entitled to their gas in their car, I don't feel entitled to any of it. Yeah, so there is like, those are stark differences between him and Carol. I find it interesting to think of how they're going to engage with each other about this, because of their differences. I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like maybe the language barrier might help, might kind of like be a balm for some of that, BALM, balm for some of that, of like, you know, maybe if they could fully understand each other, they would disagree with each other more, because they would understand that they disagree with each other more. I don't know, this is just me throwing stuff out, but I feel like maybe because there's that language barrier, they can just get certain things across and be like, okay, this is how I feel about this, and like those strong points are going to come through. But there is also something to like, actions speak louder than words, so like how you are moving in the world is also going to matter. And I do feel like Manousos will have some will maybe have some some problems with how Carol's moving, and vice versa. I think Carol will have some problems with Manousos. But yeah, I'm interested to see how they might interact. I did not like seeing Manousos trek through the passage, because it was dangerous, and then falling on that. Ugh, I mean, who can blame him? Like, we could say like, oh, don't step on rocks. I was kind of thinking that, but then I was like, that's a stupid thought, because like, dude's completely dehydrated, food deprived, like, he's not going to be thinking clearly, he's just trying to get places. And he's passed like more than a dozen, a bunch of those trees, so he's probably it's not the first thing on his mind anymore. He got a little less, hypervigilant about it. But so anyway, yeah, I just hope that, that is where it just comes into like, I don't really feel super challenged by that, maybe because I'm not like a full Manousos energy of like you can't take anything, like I don't know, because this is obviously, like I've said before, like this is a crazy situation that's hard to imagine. It's hard to really put yourself into it. But trying to put myself into it, I don't imagine that I would feel like that I would be the person who's just not eating. I think I probably would be going to like corner stores. I would probably ask them to restock the corner stores or something, just so I can like pick up food every now and then, eating snacks and stuff. Maybe I'd ask them to make me food, probably not, but I'd probably at least be like eating the food that's left from places. I don't know if I would feel comfortable going up into people's houses, but I just feel like because I don't fuck with capitalism in general, I don't really hold like material items to such a high degree. So like I'm not gonna like take someone's like grandmother's jewelry or like, you know, some sort of really sentimental item that belonged to them. But like when it comes to like people's cars or their whatever, like their food and stuff, I'm not gonna feel as ethically challenged by taking that. Like I'm not gonna feel like that's going against my morals. But yeah, and yeah, it does bring up the conversation of just like what does belong to anybody, and like, because it's like that's where I'm saying it is kind of a paradox, because it's like we say, you know, we have the idea that like it's wrong to just come in somewhere and just take something that's not yours, but then at the same time, if you're saying like you can't just own everything, like it's just an interesting like loop of like it's not yours, but it still can be stolen to some degree, in some way, of like it still was just stripped from you. I don't know. It is paradoxical.